Hello from England. I'm in Kent in my mum's cute little cottage, and I'm here to tell you the answer to the question, what will happen if I actually become happy and successful doing the thing that I want to do, making great money? Will everybody reject me? Will I be criticized? Will I be hated on? And I'd really address those deep seated fears that go on when it comes to resisting success. And the answer is maybe. Maybe some people will. Maybe they will hate you. Maybe they will feel really uncomfortable because you're successful and it reminds them that they're not really doing the thing that they really want to be doing, or makes them frustrated with, what it is that they're dissatisfied with in life. But also the reverse is true too, that no, that's not going to happen. And people will actually celebrate you. And you know what, you might even inspire other people to say, well, if she can do it, then I can do it. And actually it's not as difficult as I thought it was. So, we get all of these like really, really deep seated, unconscious, and most of the time completely irrational fears just for being human beings. And there's a reason why we have them. It's because what we need most is to be loved and accepted. Because when we're alone, I don't know if you've spent long periods of time alone, which I definitely have in the last few years, traveling and living in all different kinds of countries, is that when you're not around your tribe and you're not, in the same room as other human beings who love and accept you for who you are, it doesn't feel very good, and it actually leads to some health issues. So, we're not designed to live in a vacuum. We're not designed to do things alone. So it is important that we have these drives, that we really understand that those subconscious things are driving our decisions on a level that we're not even conscious of most of the time. So if you're procrastinating on taking that next step in your career or your business, if you are resisting being completely vulnerable and authentic and really showing up and fully expressing yourself, there's a reason for that. And, that's the thing that I see come up in my clients again and again and again, and in myself as well, is fear of rejection, fear of criticism, fear of attack, fear of being visible, for all of those things. So, having resistance about actually talking about the things that really matter to you and the things that you really care about. And, that's the thing that ultimately leads to the self-sabotage and the lack of success and the lack of results. So it's really, really important to deal with these issues head on, to surface them, to have support around them, because those are the things that are really impacting your action or your lack of action. And I'm sure you can probably identify with being super, super busy at all of the wrong things, or like being really, really busy, taking tons and tons of action, but actually they're not really the right actions. And I've been there, and I've been so in the thick of it that I didn't notice that they weren't the right actions. I thought, like amongst them were the right actions, but it really takes that clarity of understanding to notice what you're not doing that you have intuitively identified is going to be the big next step for you. Because we always know, right? We always know what the next step is. We always know what it is that we actually desire. We just get really good at reconditioning ourselves to not identify it and to ignore it and to continue running really, really hard in the other direction. So it's not a good enough reason to not do it. And, play it out. What would happen if, maybe you would get some haters, but maybe on the flip side of that, you'd also inspire a bunch of people. You'd also create the results that you've been burning with a desire to create for God knows how many years in your life. Would it still be worth it? Would it still be worth it for you to go through that little bit of rejection and criticism to attain the things that are meant for you, that are calling you for a very good reason, and that you can't ignore, and that you can't seem to let go of? Would it be worth it? So, surfacing those fears and being really objective about them, and allowing ourselves to have support to release them and to move through them and to shift the stories that we're telling ourselves around them, is such an important and powerful way to start creating really quick results, to, make big changes, most importantly in the way that you're feeling. right? Because when these resistances are niggling away in the background, there's a payoff. Like there's always a payoff, and normally it's us staying small. Normally it's us trying to fit in with everyone else around us. It's us trying not to do something that's really different from the way that everyone else is doing things, yet that is the thing that we know will bring us the happiness, because we're not satisfied with the status quo. We're not satisfied with the way that everyone else around us are doing things. And we are no longer comfortable with ignoring that intuition, with ignoring that little inner voice that's telling us to make a change, that's telling us to do things differently. And it's that lack of self-trust that is, the result when we don't follow through, when we don't listen to our desires, when we, are unconsciously self-sabotaging. We're literally like knocking away at our own self-trust. And that is the one thing that creates momentum, that creates results, is developing the self-trust, is learning to trust in ourselves, to actually show up and follow through on the things that matter to us, to decide what our priorities are, and to make it that we show up for them. And that is a reconditioning process. If we have been conditioned to deprioritize those results, to give in and do things the way that everyone else is doing them, or the way that we've been told to do them, that is a conditioning that is bringing the current level of dissatisfaction. So in order to create a life that's satisfying, in order to create different results, you have to recondition that process of listening to others before listening to yourself. And you have to, piece by piece, start to build that self-trust, start to identify that you actually know what's best for you, that your intuition is actually always leading you to a better place, and that when you create the results that you desire, actually that has a really great impact, and actually that benefits other people in your life and creates wonderful opportunity for you. But if you're still buying into the stories of fear because they keep you in the same place, they keep you from stepping out and making those big scary decisions, then that's, slowly eroding your self-trust, which is a really dangerous place to be in, and is an even more dissatisfying place to be in the longer that you stay there. So it's really all about reconditioning those deep unconscious fears and thought patterns and behavior patterns and emotional patterns that drive our actions. So if you think you have any of those sneaky unconscious resistances at play, reach out, leave a comment, send me a message, let me know what you think is going on for you. Let me know what it is that you've been maybe trying to take action on, or a result that you've been trying to create in your life, in your career, in your finances. And let me know what you think is at play. Maybe you've never even reflected on this question before. Maybe you've been really good at, staying in the conditioning of avoiding it. But I would love to hear, what is that result that's maybe just feeling a little bit out of reach for you, that's been like that for a little bit too long, and you're really like over it and ready to shift. Send me a message. I would love to hear from you. And this is exactly the work that we do inside Create Money the Fun Way, is shifting the story around your value, around your capability to actually create an income doing whatever it is that makes you happy, the work that's really exciting to you, that's calling you, and that, you've identified that big vision that gets you really excited, that you would love to see realized in your life. But that's only going to happen if you start shifting your action and the type of lifestyle that you would love to lead, whether that's being location independent, whether that's hitting the next level of income, whether that's, reducing the hours that you're working because you're shifting the way that you're working, or you're putting more time into the things that are more joyful for you, more creatively fulfilling for you. You can have all of that, and it's a result of very small inner mindset shifts that you act on with consistency, that you recondition, that you create support with yourself, so you stop giving into your blind spots, and allow yourself to have those breakthroughs that will change the action. So I do have a few spots available. Message me to apply, and we can get on a call to see if you're a good fit for the program. And I can't wait to hear from you. So have an amazing day. Lots of love from England.